feel like kind of a tool. We got a mustache today. Guys, you gotta take advantage of every breather you can. I think the important distinction to make there is not to make a breather out of life in general, because then you're going to shoot yourself in the foot and waste countless hours of your life that you could have put towards a mission. What I've come across is going hand in hand with, there's this one song by East Forest, and there's some dialogue from someone who I have no idea. The guy sounded like a survivalist or something, but basically talking about the rules of surviving the wilderness, and I think it was the final rule was rest whenever you can, and that one stuck with me. I think the hardest part is not to get anxious when you have that breather, but instead, also this is Stanley, who's the first dog I ever trained. But now that we've made that intro, like right now, I just spent the day with the new part-time position I've got to hold me over as I build up the business. One thing that I want this to be is kind of a, what's the word? A documentation of the climb. I plan on pulling off some crazy shit in my lifetime, and I want whoever's checking these out to be along for the process, because you only ever get to see the highlights and the finish line of the shit that happens when it comes to anyone, any kind of figure online. You know, it very rarely do you see the in-between. And even a lot of the in-between, it is just highlights. This isn't supposed to be totally fun and awe-striking. No, a lot of this is probably going to be pretty damn boring. I'm going to have some ramblings that people don't give a fuck less about. What I ran into today, though, was through the new part-time position that I've got to hold me over as I build up my business, is I basically got paid to fish and go to the gym for a small portion of the day. And a lot of the time I get, when it comes to downtime there, I do spend actually editing videos, recording content. But today I just had to take advantage of it while I could, because I realized that this next week, between dogs I'm watching, picking up, I'm probably going to put in like 800 miles over the weekend, willing to bet. And you just gotta, I don't want to call it stop and smell the roses. I hate putting it that way. But you sit back and you recharge when you have a minute. If it's presenting itself to you, you have to evaluate, is this a chance to recover, or am I just looking for an excuse to fuck off? You don't want to fuck off. Fucking off is typically fucking off is typically disguised as things that are falsely productive. Things like watching or playing video games, or sitting down watching TV. It's like you could alternatively be actually working on something that contributes towards a goal, that exercises all the same parts of the brain. You could be exercising. You could be, instead of watching TV, consuming content through reading, or actually listening to things like audiobooks, interviews, whatever it might be. They work all the same fucking parts of the brain. You just get to decide which side of the coin you want to actually play with. But I had a pretty awesome moment where I drove here. I got off decently early today and got to take this guy for a walk, going to pick up another one now who we're gonna hike around with a bit. And I just kind of realized, like, hey, this is a beautiful moment where life's going to hit the fan. It always does. Things are going to go terribly fucking wrong sooner rather than later. And I have to be ready for it. But right now, like, let's actually enjoy this moment. Pulling up here, get outside. You can barely see outside, but it's freaking beautiful out. It's 84 degrees, but don't worry, I'm taking these guys somewhere shady or with air conditioning, one of the two. And between the beautiful weather, blue skies, fact, like, I'm healthy right now. Not if. This has much to say about it, though. I digress. Emphasis on the die. But between all that, rolling up, blasting old school Fall Out Boy from Under the Cork Tree. Best album ever. Those are the moments you just gotta stop and sit with it for a second. So, keep at it, make shit happen, and don't forget to breathe.